So we line up on the grid, and we are ready.
Hello, welcome to the live feed. So they're on the lights already, so a little bit late to the box on this one. Trying not to be out of breath. So they're away. Looks like Gary's got the jump on the usual pack of Gary, Ben and Shane. Gentle into that first hairpin, just because it's got a little bit wetter, as you can see. They won't have swapped to wet tyres yet because there's no standing water, but so then we've got Gary out on the white curb in there. Shane's just dropped back towards the back, but we'll see as they get that first lap done.
Round towards the S's. Then we've got Brooklyn's hairpin, and then Speedway straight down.
So the leader's just coming back into view. So Graham's got out in front again, but Jim McNally not been gapped this time. I know he's determined to try and stay on the back of Graham and not lose out, and he's catching a little bit down into that first corner. Then in production we've got first Nikita, then Ryan Clipston on the Group 10, third in 4E, Graham, Gary Smith going past Damon there, then Harry Smith. I was going to say I couldn't see Ben, that's because he's next to Brooke Northey. So Jim is definitely determined to stick on the back of Graham this. So we've got Damon going through there, then Gary Smith, Harry Smith, Ben getting stuck with Brooke Northey, but he's got round him. Then John Holt, Sean Collinson, and Shane unusually slower in this one. Would imagine that's a problem with the bike, but oh, yep. So Jim's trying to get up the inside, but thinks better of it. You can see there Jim's closed down considerably, and he's looking to power down and get him down into the James has got in front. So Jim McNally takes the lead over Graham. Second in production going through there is Damon Yates, followed by Gary Smith, then Harry Smith, then Ben Reddins, and Brooke Northey, John Holt, Sean Collinson. Not seen Danny. So just speaking in a slightly lower voice so we don't get in the way of Wendy doing the on-circuit commentary. But Harry Smith still out in front of Ben Reddins. Then Brooke Northey and John Holt and Sean Collinson. Shane's still circulating, but not up in the bunch where he usually is. So he's looking down though. It does look like he's got some kind of issue. So he's come back to the... And it's Jim's managed to get a bit of a gap now over Graham. It's got to be careful when you're out front pushing in the lead in these conditions. You don't want to get caught out by the water on the track, but Jim seems to have the measure of it. Looking back up now, we've got Simon Palmer going well on his 4E, again in third place I think in 4E, followed by Damon Yates who's second in production. Then we've got Gary Smith in third. Harry still in front of Ben. Ben just clearing his visor as he's on the straight. Then John Holt, Brooke and Sean. Here comes Shane. Sounds okay. See Ben there's closing that gap down to Harry a little bit now. Should be able to make more progress through this left hand section. Ben likes the left hand section. And he is definitely reducing that gap a little bit. Brooke Norvy's had an issue with his first bike, so he's now running on a 4E bike still, but a 177cc rather than his 210. So Jim, as I said, goes through, still maintaining that gap. Ryan Clipston, so in first in production, obviously we've still got Nikita. Usual great performance in the wet, keeping up with the two leaders on the 4E bikes. Considerably down on horsepower, but nothing wrong with the riding skill and the corner speed of Nikita on that production scooter as she comes through there. You can see in front of Ryan Clipston on the only Group 10 auto zip out there, the 70cc zip. Yeah. So Harry will look to take that inside and out, break him. Oh, that was close. He gave weight to Ben. He did have the track position. Harry will be on charge now, trying to catch back up with Ben. Shane just goes through there. Whatever seems to be wrong with Shane, he does seem to have picked the pace back up again, but he'd already dropped off from the pack as Jim McNally just goes through there. His lead now probably a little bit, couple more seconds lead there from Jim. So it looks like things are going to plan to Jim. I know he did want to keep on the back of Graham and be able to challenge him for the win on this one, so Jim should be happy if he can maintain this lead. Looking smooth, hardly dropping off pace. Graham won't have given up, but Graham's even smoother, but there's that difference in top speed seems to be down the straight. So here comes Gary Smith, second in production. Great ride from Gary. And Harry's got the better drive, which Ben should have the top speed on him. But Harry won't give up. Will Harry challenge for the inside line going into the break and into the first corner? He does, but he's not able to get on the inside of Ben. It's just causing him exit speed issues as he does that when he tries that with Ben. So he'll just try following him round now. See if he can catch him again. So the last lap flags as Jimmy goes through in first place still. Graham Tatton following, then Shane just getting lapped there. And Nikita going through first in production. Proper dominant ride from Nikita again in production class. So we wait for the next production scooter now. Quite a long gap. As it looks like we've got Simon Palmer coming through now on his 4E, and Gary should be somewhere behind him. No, it's Damon Yates, sorry, in second place. That's a good ride from Damon. He looks at Ryan going past. So third comes Gary. And he's got a considerable lead over now Harry and Ben that are still battling.
And it is Ben Redding's ahead of his teammate.
Ben looks over his shoulder wondering where Harry is. He can probably still hear him.
To come round. In fact, Sean Collinson has passed John Holt.
So then we get Jim McNally looking up to the commentary box, nodding his head, really happy with that win. He'll be buzzing after that. Graham Tatton in a solid second. So looking for, there goes Nikita, first in production. And Shane coming across the line, getting unusually lapped there. So the conditions have got that bit worse, like I say, now everyone's still on their intermediate tyres. Not wet enough for wets yet, but it's enough to do that psychological damage and slow them down with the head. Simon Palmer coming through. Simon managed to hold off Ryan to the end. And second in production, Damon Yates. Great ride from Damon. He'll be buzzing with that, so that's a good result for both of them in that team. And Gareth Smith brings it home in third with a considerable gap. So Harry's got the better drive, but Ben's got the legs on him and takes that fourth place, and Harry in fifth. They'll have had a good scrap. Enjoyed that one. John Holt comes through. Sean Collinson. And then the last few, I think that's them done. The motorbikes are out now, so that's the end of the second and final production class race for today, and we'll have the last of the supers races later on, hopefully before the day's ended. Unfortunately, it looks like John the Greek won't be out. He suffered detonation, hole in the piston, so we'll be one man down on the grid for the next one. But if you can join us in about 4 or 5 races time, not such a long break this time, with no lunch break interfering with the programme, we should be back with you in about 40 to 45 minutes, I would imagine. I'm trying to get through the races quite quickly, so I look forward to seeing you on the next supers race.